Yes guys, it's your boy Cam, CTB, Cam Talks Boxing, back with another video. It's Joe Joyce v Zhilei Zhang fight week. You saw in the thumbnail, can anyone stop the Juggernaut Joe Joyce? Let's talk about it. Yes guys, let's go straight into it. Joe Joyce, who is 15-0 with 14 knockouts, one of the most powerful punchers in boxing and in the heavyweight division, is defending his WBO interim World Heavyweight Championship belt against Zhilei Zhang. Zhilei Zhang is 24-1, 90 knockouts. He's a heavy puncher, Chinese heavyweight, and he's coming off a robbery decision against Filip Hrgović. He won that fight. Filip Hrgović had a lot of hype around him. He still kind of does. Filip Hrgović himself says that he would destroy Anthony Joshua. I don't know who he needs to look in the mirror, because he just got beat by Zhilei Zhang. And respect to Zhilei Zhang, he won that. It was on the co-main, I believe, of the Joshua Usyk rematch in Saudi. And this is going to be a blockbuster. This is going to be a firefight. This is going to be action-packed. Two power punchers in the heavyweight division, two giants. Joe Joyce is 6'6", is he? Zhilei Zhang is 6'6". It's at the Copper Box, and guys, I'm going to be there, so keep an eye out. I'm going to have a lot of content, I'll be posting a lot of shorts. I'll post a vlog. I'll post my reaction of the fight. It's going to be awesome. Let's just talk about my prediction and let's answer the question, can anyone stop the Juggernaut, Joe Joyce? Joe Joyce, as I mentioned, he's 15-0. He is 37, but he's turning 38 in September, but he's fresh, hasn't had much mileage on the clock. He obviously started boxing late, and he's one of the most, he's top 5 best heavyweights in the world. He reassured all of us in that last performance, his career best performance against Joseph Parker, that he is the real deal. He's got a chin, he's got power, he's got good fundamentals, and he's not the most pleasant and prettiest on the eye, but that Joseph Parker has never been knocked out before. He can hit hard himself, and I wasn't sure if Joe Joyce would beat Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker was looking quite impressive before that fight under Andy Lee. He beat David Chisora decisively in the rematch, and Joseph Parker, he was sharp prior to the Joseph Parker fight, Joe Joyce fight. He worked on he worked on a few things, and the Juggernaut, Joe Joyce, absolutely destroyed him mentally, physically. He broke him, he busted his face up, and for me, that just told me, wow, he doesn't get tired, he gets better as the fight goes on. And a lot of us doubted him in the Daniel Dubois fight. Both were unbeaten, both had a lot to prove. There was a lot of hype around Daniel Dubois, and he absolutely broke him down. And if you look at that, look at the trajectory we've both gone on, Daniel Dubois, you could argue him isn't even top 10 best in the world. I know he's got the WBA regular world title, the version of the world title, and I know he's quite possibly could face Usyk next for the unified world heavyweight titles, but I think Joe Joyce beats him again. I think he beats him easy. Joe Joyce, I see him potentially beating Joshua. I think that'll be a great fight. Joshua gets tired. He doesn't have the gas tank of Joe Joyce. He doesn't have the chin of Joe Joyce. I think Joe Joyce, who can beat Joe Joyce? Can Wilder beat Joe Joyce? If Joe Joyce can take the punch of Deontay Wilder, he beats Wilder. Can he beat Usyk? Great fight. They fought numerous times in the Olympics. Usyk did school him, I believe, in the Olympics, but that would be a great fight. That would be a great fight. Usyk potentially could outbox Joe Joyce. Is Fury slowing down? For me, Fury is the best heavyweight in the world, but could Fury, the only one potentially who could stop Joyce is probably Fury or Usyk. I think Joshua, that's probably a 50-50 fight, maybe even 60-40 to Joe Joyce, based off his last performance. And Wilder is probably a 50-50 fight, depending on whether Joyce can take that power. So for me, it's hard to, at the moment, no one can stop Joe Joyce until he gets those big fights. And it would be amazing to see Joe Joyce become a world heavyweight champion. If the undisputed fight happens between Fury and Usyk, it would be good. Reason being is the belts will get vacated, and Joe Joyce will be able to fight for one of the belts, which he deserves. Joe Joyce, his next 3 years for him will be really important. Between the ages of 37 and 40, he'll probably fight until probably 40, 41 because he's fresh. But yeah, he fights quite a lot, to be honest. So he could probably retire at 40. Next 3 years, if he fights 3 times a year, that would be great for him. And hopefully he can become world heavyweight champion and then retire. But yeah, we got 3 years of Joe Joyce, I say. So let's. I'm going to be going to his fights. He's such a likable, humble man. But let's go on to the fight. My prediction. I'm going with a late stoppage for Joe Joyce, between round 9 to 10. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think both will get hit, but Zhilei Zhang, has he taken the power that Joe Joyce has in his career? I'm not sure. That's my prediction, guys. I think it will be quite tight on the scorecards. I think it will be back and forth. I think there will be a lot of inside fighting. I think the jab will be key. I think Joe Joyce will be using his jab at times. Zhilei Zhang, I need to watch more of Zhilei Zhang. I can't remember now because obviously he wasn't a co-main, but I think I need to rewatch him. But I think that's my prediction. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Who have you got? But don't get me wrong. I wouldn't put it past Joe Joyce having a destructive performance to put the whole heavyweight division on notice and finishing Zhang in like the first 6 rounds. And if he does that, will be pretty impressive. But I expect a blockbuster, firefight, action-packed. Someone's getting knocked out. And guys, let me know in the comments who you got. What's your prediction? What do you think about Joe Joyce? Can he become world heavyweight champion? Who can stop him? Who can beat him? I'll be back with another video. Talking numbers on the phone while I'm getting brains. Switch